We are back for another video. So I'm learning a lot with this Santa Maria, learning how to work it. So far with every cook, my methods have changed because I'm, finding out more and more things that I need to be doing. So I will explain some of those things to you guys here. So if you choose to get one or if you have one, we can help each other along the way. So, all right, what we have today is some beef back ribs. I was able to grab these at the Spanish store right around the corner. They were actually cheaper than I've been getting from Publix and Costco. So this is gonna be my go-to. So if you look at the size of this beef back rib, I got 2 of these for 30 bucks. And that's, I don't know about where you guys from, but that's pretty amazing. So that's what's on the menu today is beef back ribs on the Lone Star Grillz Santa Maria. All right, so we're gonna keep it sort of simple. I'm just using some canola oil as a binder, just a light little drizzle. So the beef back rib is not as meaty as the beef plate rib. Everybody see the dino ribs, but there's a lot of good meat on them. And they cook up pretty fast, and they cook up pretty nice. I know last time I tried to show the seasoning, and it didn't get in the shot. So we're using a little bit of Susie Q's Santa Maria seasoning. This is becoming one of my all-time favorite seasonings. It's not heavy in salt, but it's packed with flavor. So we can get a good flavor from it, and we will have to get, if you want a more salty bite, you have to put a little something else on there. So today we're going with the Carmen's Grill Mexicano, because I'm making some, I bought some refried beans from the Spanish store. So I figured a Mexicano seasoning will go well with the theme of the refried beans. So we just get a little generous coat of the Mexicano on the back, pat it in, give these babies a flip, and hit it again with the Susie Q's Santa Maria, which, like I said, is not heavy in salt. So you can actually go pretty heavy on it, and it's not going to be salty at all. But it's, like I said, it's got a lot of good flavors in there. And then we're gonna go right over top of that again with the Mexicano. I'm thinking this is gonna be a good combination. Hey, whether it's good or whether it's not, we're eating it. Went a little heavy on the top side. Not heavy, but heavier on the top side. But that's where most of the meat sits. Make sure you get your edges. A lot of people forget to get the edges because when this thing is done, you're gonna eat the edges. So why not let the edges have good flavor? And I'm actually using my Santa Maria as a table today. I'm still trying to figure out my whole setup as far as where I get my best angles and stuff like that. But it's getting better with time. So just give it time. I appreciate y'all hanging out and watching the videos. If you do like them, or if you don't like them, I appreciate you watching. All right, so we're gonna let this sit up for a bit, come up to room temp while we get this Santa Maria fired up. All right, so one of the things that I'm not changing is the way that I fire it up. And all I've been doing is I'll put one log there. I'll take another log and kind of put it like so. Then I will grab some of this quick light charcoal, like Match Light or something. This is the Walmart brand. Just dump some right in between the two. like that. Make sure I didn't lose any. I lost one over here. I lost two. All right, so I put the little match light there. These are a couple of pieces from the last cook. I'll just stack those up here. And here's this little extra piece. And I'll sit it there. Let me get my lighter. So the thing that I am changing, I found that on my last cook, once I fired it up, I came back in like 25 minutes and I started knocking it down and starting to cook. But what I found out that later in, like maybe 30 minutes after the cook, I came out here to check on the grill, and man, I had the perfect fire. You know, the cold bed was all spread out. It was burning even and nicely. So I think this time I'm gonna wait about 40 minutes before I even knock down this fire and just let it go and see if I get a better cold bed, which can possibly make for a better cook. So I'll check back in with y'all here in maybe like 20 or so minutes to see how it's going. All right. All right. So, fire oil, like cold bed going. Straight down. A little bit of oil. Face off. There we go. So the fire is a lot more easy. Do it that way. Because the last time there were hot spots and cool spots. So I'm going to start giving myself a little extra time, getting the fire bed out a little bit sooner than cook. A little more. So this one breaks down, so I guess that's why I'm hoping to do it. That's okay. So we're going to bring these stuff into it. That's 5 seconds. I'm going to bring them up to at about 8 seconds. So I can hold my hand over it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what we want to see. Well, for some strange reason, my audio keeps going out when I'm hooked up to my gimbal. So I just bought me a DJI mic because this has happened quite a few times, and it's causing extra work when I'm doing these videos. But we are about an hour and 20 minutes in. We're sitting about 175. So let's take a look at the underside, and that's looking damn good. So after maybe 5 more degrees, I'll go ahead and flip them over and start getting some browning on this other side, sear them off, and then we're gonna be ready to eat here in a little bit. All right, I'll check back in when it's time to flip them over. Yeah, man. Got some beef back ribs on here getting ready for this game. They've been on maybe like an hour, 40 minutes. So we getting ready, hopefully, to watch our Bucks smash the Atlanta Falcons today. Y'all enjoy y'all day, because we're going to be eating good today. All right. So since my audio is somehow getting jacked up with the gimbal, I'm going to film the rest of this video handheld. I just want to check for tenderness. Still got a little bit of resistance here, but it's only like 170. It's 180. So I figure once we get to 190, then we'll flip it over and get a nice sear on the top side. And this end over here is rocking at 175. Closer to the middle, we're at 190. And right dead center, we are 184. So we're gonna give them, but it's actually no blood coming through, so they're done. So we just gotta get them up to 190 and then get a sear on the top. I'll check in a little bit. It's getting close to game time. It's 12:30. The game is at 1, so I went ahead and lowered them a little bit to kind of move them on a little faster so we can get this cook done, because I want to be able to eat right before the game come on. But so far, I don't know how good y'all can see that, but these things looking good, and that's without even having a sear. That's just with the bones from the down bottom side cooking from the center out of the meat. All right, so we hit 190. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this probe out. Yeah, it's feeling a little more loose. It's not quite fall apart tender, but I really don't want it to be fall apart tender. And like I said before, I'm having to do the rest of this video with my camera in my hand because for some reason I'm losing audio. So we're just gonna flip these things over and get a nice sear on the top side. Man, I don't know how good that's coming through. But these babies look good. Got a nice char on the back side, but that's just the membrane. I didn't take it off. I wanted to kind of protect the meat a little bit. But we're getting some nice pull back up in here and really nice pull back on this side. So I'm just gonna leave it on the fire for a couple of minutes and char up the top side, and yeah, we're gonna be ready to eat. I don't know why I'm losing audio, but it's happened a couple of times. So like I said, I just bought me a mic system, and I guess I don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, we're just gonna get these things nice and seared on this top side, and I think we're gonna wrap this up because we are about 23 minutes from game time. I think this whole cook only took so far we're about an hour and 40 minutes in. So I'll give you a shot of the final product, but yeah, these things is looking good. Like I said, it ain't gonna take long. You know, sometimes the ribs are curled up like this, so I just use my spatula and kind of push it down so we can get a nice sear on the other half. Let's see what we're looking like. Oh yeah, we're looking great. Give it a couple more minutes and that's it. Along the way, I was spritzing with apple cider vinegar just to keep the top side moist while we were going through the cook. We basically cooked the whole thing bone side down and just let the bones kind of bring the meat up to temp. And we got some excellent char on this bottom side. Let's see where we at now. Okay. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. So let me a second to do one more probe test, and I'm pulling these things out because I like to eat before the game come on so I can watch the game. All right, it's time to pull them. Dead center was at about 203. Over here on this end, it was at about 190. So I can deal with that. We'll call that done. And there we go. To me, a perfect set of beef back ribs.